Welcome grade 10 to episode 4 of our English class. There are different elements of a story, and these elements help us understand the content of the story. These are the characters, setting, plot, and moral lesson. For our most essential learning competency, we have to critique a literary selection based on structuralist, formalist approaches. Literary criticism is the evaluation, analysis, description, or interpretation of literary works. For this week's episode, we are going to discuss two literary approaches in assessing a literary piece. They are the formalism and structuralism. Formalism is an approach that studies text as a text. It views literature as a unique form of human knowledge that needs to be examined on its own terms. In formalism approach, a literary work can be understood only by reference to its intrinsic features, which are the elements. These elements include the characters, setting, plot, point of view, theme, and symbolism. Character refers to a person or even animal who takes part in the action. Characters can be static or dynamic. When we say static character, it is a character who does not change over time. When we say dynamic character, it is a character whose personality changes over time. Next element of the story is what we call the setting. It refers to the time and place where the story takes place. This includes weather condition and social condition. Now, let us take a look with these two pictures. Can you tell me when each of these pictures was taken? Where do you think they were captured? Can you tell what is going on? The first picture is taken during the pandemic. It was captured in a hospital. The second one is during the Spanish flu in 1918. It was taken also in a hospital. Both shows the situation during a pandemic. Plot has something to do with the whole sequence of the story. It shows the beginning of the conflict, how the character faces the conflict, and the effect of the character's action toward the conflict or how the conflict is solved. Since it is a sequence of events in the story, therefore, plot is to be enumerated. Next element of the story is what we call the point of view. This is where the angle of the story is told. First, second, and third person. Who speaks in the story? Point of view is evident with the use of the pronoun. When the short story uses I and me, that is for the first person. But when the story has the pronouns we and you, that depicts second person. When the story uses they, that is for the third person. Theme is the central idea of the story. It answers the question, What is the story all about? Symbolism refers to any object, person, or situation, event, or action that has deeper meaning. Let us now move on to structuralism as a literary approach. Structuralism is a method of interpreting and analyzing a literary piece that focuses on contrasting ideas and show how they relate to the whole structure. This approach treats a text as a linguistic construct. Let us say, for example, the nursery song Jack and Jill may be just a simple children's song about the two characters who fetch water from a hill. But using a structuralism approach, the song can be interpreted in different ways. Let us read the excerpt from the nursery song Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Here is interpretation number one for the nursery rhyme Jack and Jill. We should be careful in all our actions, or else we can drag others down with us. And now, for interpretation number two of the nursery rhyme Jack and Jill. Jack's crown may symbolize authority, so we can apply this to governance. If the ruler fails, it affects the people. You may now accomplish learning tasks 1 to 5 and quiz number 4. For your performance task, compare and contrast formalism and structuralism. That's all for this week's episode. Happy learning and keep safe, everyone.